Nottingham Forest 2, Leicester City 0. Welcome to the player ratings. Good morning, good evening, or good night, wherever in the world you are, whatever time of day you're watching this, and welcome to the player ratings as Nottingham Forest beat, trounce, destroy the Bin Dippers 2-0. You Reds, as Dominic is saying in the chat. How are the smiles on your faces? Let me know down in the comments or in the chat. Oh, that was enjoyable. That was enjoyable. Look, it was a scrappy match. It was ugly at times, especially in the first half. But, as David says, Oh Nottingham is full of fun. It's full of... Oh Nottingham is full of fun. But it was a derby. What do you expect? What do you expect? Adam's been blocked from Chappie's channel. I've just gone on to Lee Chappie's channel. Please subscribe to him as well. Go give him some abuse. Maybe give him half an hour just to recover. But it was a derby. It was going to be scrappy. It was. And we have won 2-0. Look, my biggest regret of the whole match is that in the Predictor League, which hopefully all of you guys are in. If not, please make sure you're joined into it because it's so much fun. I went 1-0 to Forest. I should have gone 2-0. I should have known. I should have known the Wonder Kid. The Wonder Kid would have been firing today. Guys in the chat, if you remember, put in an emoji who your man of the match is with your emojis. If you're not a member, don't forget to become a member. It's only 99p. We're going to go through the player ratings and we're going to shout out all the members, all you lovely members. We'll talk through each and every player. Look, just a quick kind of match summary for those of you who haven't seen it. The first half was quite scrappy. There was a couple of chances. As I said to poor Lee Chappie, I was like, Barnes, man. Barnes literally can't hit a Barnes door if he tried. What a crap player he is. He was there. He had the chance of the first half. Game could have been different if he'd put it in, but he didn't. And we move on. Into the second half we go and Forest started to build and get better in the game. And then suddenly what happened? That through ball for MG Dub. What a through ball. If you haven't seen the goals, members, it's in the community tab on the Forest Fan TV homepage. Go check it out. The through ball was weighted beautifully. Crappy Ward, who needs to go to a hospital ward after that second half, gets rounded by Jono out in no man's land. Cure Boy, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. We're 11 away from 7,900. Please do subscribe. Goes round him, slots it home. The linesman, as always, the officiating at the City ground is shocking. They want to do us dirty, but VAR showed that he was miles onside. The second goal, again, MG Dub with an overhead kick in the start of the build-up. Builds it up, flicks it through, gets halfway up their pitch with the outside of his boot, finds Jono, and finally Jono doesn't do that run where he goes too wide. Instead, he ran straight into the box. Finally, I've been begging for him for weeks to do it. He goes across goal as he always does, and he buries it into the far corner to make it 2-0. And that was all she wrote. So, we need to get into the player ratings. I'm just going to pin a comment here for you. If you want to become a member for 99p on the silver membership, just go click that link. It'll be pinned at the top there. Your support is so appreciated. I hope you enjoyed the watch along. It was so much fun as always. We had over 500 people in there. It was absolutely crazy. But let's get on to the fun stuff. And how fun is it to do when your team trounces the Bin Dippers like we just did? Townsend saying, nice win, good to silence Fester. Yep, it is good. Shuts them up. And let's just review the Premier League table because it would be rude of us not to do it. 19 games played, 20 points, 13th in the league. We are 5 points behind Chelsea, the former Champions League winners, the former Premier League winners, 5 points behind them. We're 8 points off Liverpool. Liverpool, we're coming for you. And we are, more importantly, the one we need to target right now is Newcastle on 35 points in 4th place. So here we go. Here we go. E-I-E-I-E-I-O. Up the Premier League, we do go. And making up your bottom three. Southampton, even after beating West Ham, are still bottom. They've leveled up to 15 points with Everton. Will Frank Lampard survive? I pray to God he does. West Ham, apparently Rory the Bellend saying Jesse Lingard should have gone to West Ham. No, I kind of agree now, but that's not the point. West Ham are in 18th place in the relegation zone on 15 points. 15 points. And then Boring Mouth hanging on with their fingernails on 16 points in 17th place. With Wolves coming out of the relegation zone on 17 points, 3 points behind Forest. Leicester City in 15th on 17 with Leeds. And then Forest are 13th with 20 points. E-I-E-I-E-I-O. Up the football. The Premier League, we do go. All right, let's get into the player ratings. Before we do, there are 300 of you beautiful Reds in here. And I'm sure there's a couple of Leicester fans jealously looking in. But we're only on 51 likes. We're only on 51 likes. So get those likes up. Let's get it to 100 quid before we... 100 quid? But if you want to donate 100 quid, feel free to. Let's get it over 100 very, very quickly. If you're happy with the result, hit that like button. And let's get started. Let's get started, as always, from back to front. Members, if you're a member, your scores will be read out. And let's talk about Dino. Look, Dino didn't need to make any major saves because, as we mentioned, Barnes couldn't hit a Barnes door. Did his job. But it was what he did at the end of the game. Like, we had no subs to make, and he is clearly injured. Hopefully, as Stoney says, that he's okay. But he just battled on. It's the battling qualities that he has. He's a Red, isn't he? He's a Red. He's always been a Forest fan. You can tell. Screw Man U. He's always been a Forest fan. I think we got to give Dean Henderson a decent score just for that bottle he had. So I'm going to give Hendo. I'm going to start this party rolling with an 8 out of 10 for Dean Henderson. He would have scored more, but honestly, he had nothing to do pretty much the whole game. Leicester up. Ooh, man. Poorly chappy. I hope he's okay. So I'm going to give him an 8. Let's run through what you guys are saying. Let's shout these members out. Excuse me. Tony is giving him an 8. Stoney 2467 from Stony George. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel, you absolute legend, as we move 9 away from 7,900. 8 from Townsend saying epic keeper. Curtis, oh, you lot are making me count, aren't you? West Ronto, thank you so much for subscribing, buddy. Where did I get to? Curtis has gone 2467. 9 from David, 8 from Nomad. Curtis saying sign him up. Peter giving him a 9. I can't keep up. There's so many messages coming through. Muhammad giving him an 8. Dominic a 9. Choco-block an 8. One tree 2 stars an 8. Tim giving him a 9. 10 from Bobby. Muhammad's already jumped to Aurier. Hold your beans, chill your beans. 8 from Andy. Curtis 8, sign him up. Random's giving him a 7. Misky giving him an 8. One tree 2 stars giving him an 8. Carl giving him an 8.5. Chris an 8. Gabrielle an 8.2. David a 9. Joe Tucker an 8.5. Tom 8 and a bit. Andy a straight up 10. Yeah, Muhammad, calm down, bro. Calm down. I hope it's just cramps, says Tony. Look, it was a fantastic performance from him. Let's move on into Aurier. And does this guy ever have a bad game? I mean, the worst game I've seen him play was for the friendly against Olympiacos. Honestly, that's as bad as he gets. And he made one bad pass. But I hold him to such a high standard these days because he is so immense. So let's talk about Aurier, man. So I thought our fullbacks were incredible today. Incredible. Both on the right and both on the left. Incredible. And I think potentially both of them have a shout for man of the match. He fights well. He gets up the pitch. Best free signing ever? That's the question we really need to be asking. For me, the answer is an obvious yes. I don't quite have him as man of the match, though. So I'm going to give Aurier overall, I'm going to give him an 8. solid 8 for me, Aurier. I thought he was fan-bloody-tastic. So another high score for the legend. That is the Sergeant Aurier. So what are you guys saying? Let's have a quick look. Let me go up. Let me scroll up. Owen giving Aurier a 9. Richard giving him a 9. Jason saying, question, how's the buy clause work for Hendo? Can we buy or wait till the end of the loan? We'll have to wait. Stone said we can, but it won't happen. Stone saying 2, 4, 6, 7 for Aurier, 8 from Joe. Misky saying 8.88888. Immortal Wolf giving him a 9. Phil giving him a 9.5. You guys probably think I was harsh with an 8. Townsend agrees with me, an 8. Muhammad saying Aurier is a beast. Andy saying a 9. And Stone forgot to like the video. Like the video, guys, if you haven't already. Dylan saying 9, another great game and a great performance. We got over 300 in here. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you've all got smiles on your faces. Dylan giving him a 9. Dominic saying Lee is off to make dinner and Forest about football. In a bit, Lee. Muhammad giving Aurier a 9. Peter giving him a 9. 9 from Tom. 8 from Chock-a-Block. Where did we get to? Andy saying it's the best. Chris saying Aurier would be man of the match if JJ didn't score 2 goals. Random saying 8.5, always solid. Dare I say our best signing pound for pound. I couldn't argue with that. 132 stars giving him 8.5. 9 from Tony and an easy 9 from the Viking. 8 from Alexandros. Aurier was everywhere, absolutely phenomenal, says Curtis. And that's your lot. Okay, so Aurier an 8 from me. I think most of you gave him a 9, so I was probably being a little harsh, but whatever. It's still, I mean, 8 is a fantastic score. Let's move it on and let's bring in our centre backs. Should we start with Captain Worrall? I think he was a little shaky in the first half. Settled into the game. Clearly missing Bollywood for me. And in the second half, I found him quite solid. I still think he needs someone decent around him to make him better. But he was all right. Did we get caught out? There was a couple of times we got caught out defensively. Nothing too crazy. I think he's about 7 for me. He's not Aurier's level. So I think a good solid 7. He is improving game on game, which is really important. Can't think of any mistakes. I'm sure some of you guys will probably tell me if I've missed it or forgot about it. But I think a nice solid 7 for Captain Worrall from me. See what you guys are saying in the chat. Remember, if you want your score shouted out, just click the link that's pinned to the chat. Become a member. It's only 99p and it supports Forest Fan TV. We love all our members. And plenty more perks coming for you members. Just watch this space. 132 star saying 8.5. Martin giving Worrall an 8. Chock-a-Block saying, can we have a linked video of Cooper's fist bumps if possible? Yeah, we should do a little GIF that comes up. 7 from Curtis, 8 from Peter, 7 from Andy. Phil saying Worrall 6.5 for missing Willie. Okay, I know what you mean. Tom saying 7.5, 7 from Andy, 7 from Townsend, 9 from Joe, 7 from Tony. Muhammad saying if you'd given Aurier an 8 and Worrall a 7, that's pretty much how I figured it out. You know the drill. 7.5 from Andy, 7 from David. Random saying 7.5 for Worrall, decent in the air, let down by Mckenna. Dylan saying only 18 likes. Well, we're at 122, but Dylan, you're right. That's still not enough. We've just beaten the Foxes. Do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel as we are now 8 away from 7,900 subscribers. James giving Worrall a solid 8. Chock-a-Block saying an 8. A 9 from the Walking Boom. Stoney saying defense was decent at 7. 7 from Alexander. I think Nomad was next, but you guys are typing too much. Worrall gets a 7 from Nomad. Captain 10 Joe, says Bobby. Glad you're back home safe, but you may be a little jet lagged still. Dylan giving him a 7. Martin giving, oh, you guys are on Mckenna. Chill. Go with the pace. And cause so many members now. It's crazy. We got well over 200 members. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. David saying 7 for Worrall. Serge is an 8 from Paul. 8 from 132 stars. 8 from Immortal Wolf. 6 from Matt. Forest, and there he is, you Reds. 10 out of 10 for the overall team, says Tom. And then Paul saying 8.5. And you'll never beat Serge. Aurier says, Ian, don't forget the goals themselves. I've been on the community page since the moment they went in. So if you're a member and you wanted to check the goals out in real time, this is the place for you. All right, let's talk about Mckenna. I would say out of the whole team, he was the most rusty. And that's probably me being a little nice because I'm in a good mood. I just still don't think his passing range is at it. Let me just bring him up. Where is Mckenna? There he is. There he is. I think his passing range is quite at it. I think you gotta, if you're being realistic and objective, I know we're a bit on cloud 9 as we are up into 13th in the league. Boring mouth, mind the gap. Leicester, mind the gap. Southampton, mind the gap. West Ham, no Lingard for you. Anyway, probably the weakest. Probably could have done a bit more in the first half. I think he's not the first choice anymore. I have to say it. He's not the first choice defender as Josh becomes a super red. Thank you so much, Josh. Get your scores in the chat and we'll shout him out. I'm going to give him a 6. I think a 6. Bolly comes back in when he's fit. We've got a Hermosa heavily linked to Forest. Hermosa's left-footed as well. So potentially while Niakate is MIA, Niakate even is MIA, he may be coming in. We'll talk about transfers another time. Now's not the place for it, but I think Mckenna a 6 for me. What are you guys saying? Let's have a quick look. My God, there's so many of you guys in here. Is crazy. We got 300, over 300, 141 likes. And 8 away from 7,000, 7 away from 7,900. Keep hitting that subscribe button. All right, let's shout your scores out. Chuckleblog, Mckenna is 7, 5.5 from Phil. McKenna's a calamity waiting to happen, says Muhammad. 6.5 from David. Chris saying 6 from Mckenna, 7 from Immortal. Wolf 6 from Townsend, 7 from Tucker, 6 from Curtis, 5 from Alexandros, 6 from Andy. 9 out of 10 from Jessica. Stone says Mckenna was a 6.9, slightly worse than Worrall, but a G. 7 from Tom. 6.5 from Peter. 7 from Acid Burn Out. 6.5 from Sean. Nomad's giving him a 6. Tony giving him a 7. 7 from 132 Stars. 6 from the Viking Heart of the Forest. Love that name. And then, where are we? 9 from Richard. 6 from Paul. Clean sheet equals a 9, says Walking Boom. Paul says, can you shout out my daughter, Mila? She's 5. Mila, come on, you Reds. Hope you're having a lovely day. And make sure Paul sets you on the right path and makes you a Red. Lovely to see you. David says 6.5 for Mckenna. 6 from Andy. 6 from Bobby. 6 from Ian. I swear Bobby's done like 400 scores from 6.5. And I think that's it. Random 6, James 6. And okay, that'll do. We're going to be here all day otherwise. So I think we're about the same on that. Let's talk about Lodi. I think that was one of Lodi's best games. I was seriously impressed with him. Both in the tackles, he was strong and getting forward and pinning back whoever the hell Leicester's right back was. Hold on. Let me get my boy up. Where are you guys who told me I didn't know what I was talking about when it came to Lodi? Where? This was a Lodi performance for me today. Brilliant, top notch. Just did what he should do. He's just going to get better and better. You bring in, like, Mangala was covering him very nicely. It worked really well for me. But it's the way he attacks, and he doesn't just run down the wing. He's happy to take on players as well. He was fantastic. You are spot on, Curtis, when you say since Scarpini has turned up, he's happier. He's happy to do his thing. I'm somewhere between an 8.5 and a 9 for him. I actually think I'm going to go 9. I was really impressed with him today. I'm going to give Lodi a 9 out of 10. And you're all going to say Lodi goggles. And I'm going to say, if you do, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. 9 out of 10 for Lodi. So overall, the back, someone work out the average of the back 5. That's pretty solid, isn't it? It's going to be something like a, 8.2 if I had to guess. Let me know how close I am. Yes, and it's Logi. I got to call him Logi. Okay, let's shout out your Logi scores. Oh my God, there's so many members. This is crazy. This is crazy. All right. Martin giving him an 8. Tony a 9. Paul saying, thanks, man, made her day. Hey, my pleasure, man. I mean, the scoreline itself will make your day. If that shout-outs made her day, we're all happy. Phil saying, Lodi 9, played well and gusty. Zidane giving him a 9. Acid Burnout giving him a 9. Martin an 8. Andy a 9. 8.5 from Choco-Block. 10 from Nick. I mean, I would have gone 10, but these guys would have absolutely destroyed me, Nick. But you're spot on. Muhammad giving him a 9. 8.5 from Alexandros, 9.7 from Tom. Owen saying Lodi was excellent and 9. Peter saying 8.99. Joe saying a 9. Nomad saying Lodi fantastic today and 9. Sign him quickly before someone else does. Or they can't. We've got an option to buy on him. I say we do it. Where's the Lodi emoji? It's there, man. I've even put the one with the celebration in the ear, so get him in the chat. Andy saying 10, best game he's played. Townsend saying 9, he's getting better and better. I told you guys. Look, right, we may banter, we may joke about, but I know what I'm talking about when it comes to players. And from the moment he come in, I remember doing his announcement video at 2 in the morning because I was that excited because I know how good he is. Stoney's got the emoji. That's the one. That's the one. That's Lodi. You know, he backed up MG Dub with that celebration, man. It's got to be done. That has to be the emoji. 9 from The Walking Boom. 9 from Zidane for Lodi. The Viking Heart says 9 just gets better and better. Ian giving him an 8.5. Chuck is saying Lodi's improving massively. Seems to have learned the team and the league. 9.5. 132 stars says man of the match for him. Oh my God, this is crazy. You guys are... I can't keep up. I can't keep up. Phil says 7.8. Room for improvement. Average. Fair enough, Phil. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. As Ribena Spring, has become a member. Thank you so much, Ribena Spring. Get your scores in the chat as well. Curtis giving him a 2, 4, 6, 8. Tom a 3. I think you guys are just spamming those, aren't you? Okay, that's it. That's it. We've spoken plenty about Lodi. Potentially, maybe we nominate him. Remember, we'll be doing, including, like, if you're not a member, you're still going to be involved for Man of the Match. We will do a poll on Man of the Match. The members will put some candidates out. I get the final say because this is my channel. So I get the final say on the final 4. So start thinking about your final 4 for Man of the Match. And then we'll get them up in a poll and we will do it as a Forest community all together. Okay, so who was next after Lodi? Yates. It's hard to judge Yates, obviously, because he went off injured at halftime. But in the first half, he was really good. And this was his kind of match. I like Yates in a derby. I think this is the real type of match that suits him, his battling qualities and everything else to do with that. It's hard to really give him a full score because he went off at halftime. I think just a 7 because he only got... He came off at halftime, didn't he? So let's go with a 7 for Yatesy. But the first half, he was spot on and actually was helping with the midfield and tracking back quite nicely. I'm looking down your scores. Pretty much all of you are saying 7 to 7.5. For the sake of time, because he was only on for 45 minutes, let's move on. But nice solid performance from Mr. Ryan Yates. Freuler. He's sometimes really hard to notice, isn't he? But today he was control. He runs around a hell of. I was watching him today, and he runs around a hell of a lot. Some parts of the game I feel we were overrun, but I'm going to be straight with you guys. I'm struggling to remember seeing him on the pitch, but he's kind of turned into that ghost player, hasn't he? Where he just ticks the things over and moves them around. But I really like him. Now, he was a lot better than he was against Southampton. Southampton, he was atrocious. But was he really involved in too much? I think in the breakup of the play, he is. I still have to say he's still out of position. I've said it a billion times. And for me, if I'm being straight with you guys, I know we're like really excited and everything and what have you, yeah. But he wasn't really too involved in the game, and I think a 7. So he had. Oh, I do remember he had one shot that he blazed over the bar. Wait, we're on the wrong player here. My bad. Hold on. Freuler. Yeah, we're on the wrong player. Yeah, so didn't really notice him. Bit of a ghost in the game. I think not too much to say about him. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I want him playing higher up the pitch. Please, God, Steve Cooper, listen to us. We're all crying out for it now. All right, let's shout out these scores. from you guys for Freuler. Let's see if you agree with my assessment or not. Josh saying a 6, Curtis a 7, Chocolate saying didn't notice him. 6 from Andy, 8 from Phil, 8 from Sean, 7 from Ribena. Welcome again, Ribena. Good to have you. Martin gone a 7. Keith saying, hit the like button, you beautiful people. Where are we on the like count? We're on 159 with 350 of you in here. That's only half of you. Less than half of you that hit the like button. And a quick reminder, we are 6 away from 7,900 subscribers. Please subscribe and hit the like button. Let's carry on. Martin gave him a 7. Joe gave him a 7 as well. Chris saying he's Marmite. I don't think he's Marmite. I just don't think the people who think he's crap don't notice what he does, which technically you could argue was me today, and I'm being hypocritical. But he was a little quiet today. Tom's a 7. Stoney saying didn't see him much, a 7. 6 from the Walking Boom. 7.5 from David, as we are now 4 away from 7,900. Can we get to 8,000 today? Watch this space. Townsend giving him a 7. Hammer saying, not going to lie, Yates is improving. However, he needs to add goals to his game, especially when he has those in those positions. That ball from Freuler in the big. Yes. That 50 pence piece came out again, didn't it? You're spot on. The Viking says 6.5 still too deep. 7.5 from Muhammad. Tom saying kind of did a Yates job today, like breaking things up. Yeah, he did. Paul saying a 6. Freuler an 8 from 132 stars. 7 from Peter. Who did I just say? My God, I can't keep up the screen. The screen's crazy. Slow your typing down, guys. Actually, don't bother. Phil saying invisible worker. Freuler defo 8. Not his fault positioning wise. He's saying Freuler my favorite player along with Aurier. 8 from Mangala from Martin. Stoney saying similar to Mangala's 2, 6.5. 8 from Bobby. 8 from 132 star. Freuler is a 6. Needs to stop shooting. He can shoot. He just needs to play higher up the pitch. Nick saying a 7. Not me, says Stoney. I definitely liked. Yeah, I don't believe you. We're 21 from 200 likes. 8 from Jessica. Yates should have scored 7. James saying Freuler is our John McGovern an 8. And let's move on to Mangala. So Mangala, did we put Freuler's score in? We did. All right, let's get the little man up. He was more himself. I think he was a little sharper today. I definitely think he's been carrying a knock and not really still up to full speed. Hence again why he was brought off in the 66th minute. He got 6 extra minutes today. I feel like he's a bit of a terrier. He gets in amongst them a bit, but I don't think he offers us too much going forward. Barbalia, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Really do appreciate that. Oh my God, that's over my face. That's a little weird. So yeah, what he did do though, he helped to release Lodi down that left-hand side and let Lodi work his magic. So overall for me, he had a solid game. He was pretty decent, I thought. Didn't make any hospital passes today, which was good to see. So for me, I'm going to give Mangala a 7. I think, and it's not planned, but it's worked out quite nicely. It was a 7 across the midfield. And I honestly think that's quite fair because the midfield sometimes was being bypassed in the game. There was a few balls going in over the top. And where we got our goals from was from the attackers and a quick counter-attack. So overall, we'll see. That's what I think, a 7. Just saying, good idea for making player ratings as a poll. Yeah, why not, man? We're a community here. We go through the hard times together. We go through the good times together. So for me, Mangala is a 7. Let's shout out a few of you guys out, and then we're going to get into the fun stuff in the front 3, and that scoring is going to be good to see. All right, Mangala, Paul saying 7.5, Ribena saying 7.5, Richard saying, wonder where all the Cooper out brigade have gone so quiet on social media. Choco saying Mangala ran horizontally too much, a 6. Mangala has played better, a 7, says Phil. Richard saying a 7. Townsend saying a 7. Chris saying Mangala looks better every game. Great touches, an 8. 7 from Tony. 8 from Muhammad. Andy giving him a 7. Peter giving him a 7. Sony said, already said my score slightly worse than Freuler. 7 from Viking. Sean giving him a 7. Tom giving him a 7. Mangala still not his best, but was a 7. 7 from Joe. 7 from David. Josh, read Josh's thing now. Where's it gone? Bobby's saying 8 from Mangala. Phil said midfield wasn't brilliant. Yeah, solid 7s across the midfield. Weren't spectacular, weren't crap. So I think a 7. Nick says 7. Chuck off to bed. You Reds, have a good night. Thanks for tuning in, Chucker. 9. Oh my God, Martin's already keen to get onto Jono. 7 from Josh. 7 from Ted. Have we caught up with everyone we have? Okay, so let's move on to the boy wonder. And I'm going to be straight with you guys. Look, I don't want to flower it up, so I'm going to talk straight, right? He was poor in the first half. And what do I know? Because I said bring him off and leave Scarpa on. Let's just bring him up quickly. There. But in the second half, he came to life. He really did, because Leicester started to try and play really high up the pitch. And that created that space that he can work so well in. And you could see from the first goal, he grew in confidence for that second one as well. Those were the shots he's been missing pretty much for the majority of the season. So I was really happy to see him score those goals. The question with Jono is, he's like a 9 in the second half and a 6 in the first half. If I'm being serious, I know loads of you are spamming 9s and 10s out of it. Did the goal add him an extra 1? Let's do the maths here. Look, my score, honestly, would be like an 8.5 for Jono. The first half, he was alien. Second half, he was brilliant. All right, shall I round his 8.5 up? Do you guys want him as a 9 or an 8? All right, you're all saying 9. We'll go 9. I think 9 is a little too generous, if I'm being serious about it, because of the first half. But I want this guy to feel some love. So I'm happy to go with a 9. It's fine. I'm happy to go with the 9. Yeah? We'll give Jono a 9. He's on my chest. You guys can all thank me for the double combo, by the way. The Pinnacle shirt, which hasn't let us down in the last 3 games. And I'll put Jono underneath him so he's close to my heart. And he got the goals. So, perfect. So, the result goes to me. So, 3 of you now need to subscribe so that we hit 7,900. And the rest of you need to say thank you in the chat because I got Jono firing. Okay, so literally every single one of you in the chat has said 9 from the members. There's literally no way. I can't see anyone who hasn't said 9. Apart from Chris, he said 10. Everyone else has said 9. So I've bowed to your guys' superior judging on him. I've got him down as an 8.5, but I'm happy to go with 9. Big Disco saying 8 as well. 9 as well. So fine, we'll go 9. His second half was brilliant. But let's not forget the first half. But let's hope he grows from that second half, because it's fantastic in the second half. And let's move forward. Nearly 400 in here. 3 more likes gets us 200 likes. Just like the scoreline. Let's match the scoreline. Needs to look like that, doesn't it? 2-0. Unlucky Leicester. Poorly. Anyway. Morgan Gibbs-White. I would say a similar story. Had some... before I start talking about him, let me be more... Let me be more professional and bring it up. There. And then ratings there. Okay. So again, I would say first half, not as good. Second half, he suddenly turned into like a warrior, didn't he? He was just grabbing the ball. That outside of the boot assist for Jono was ridiculous. I think if we've given Jono a 9, he's got to be about the same. Like the assists were, I think, what assist was better? I don't know. I like the through balls. I'm a through ball kind of guy. And that through ball, it was so straight, chopped between the lines. It was brilliant. And the second assist, the outside of the boot, was just as tasty. I think he matches Jono for me. Overall, again, first half, but you can say the first half, most of them weren't like fully on fire. Second half, they were. I'm going to match him up. I'm saying a 9, guys. I'm going to go a 9. His assists were just as important as Jono's goals. They were beautiful assists. They really were, weren't they? So let's go with a 9 from my side on MG Dub. What are you guys saying? And of course. Okay. So, what are you guys seeing? Oh my God. And when we started this channel, I never thought we'd have over 400 people in here in a chat where I can't literally find the start point. So, let's start from here. Paul. We're starting with Paul. MGW 9. Phil giving 8.5. 9 from Martin. I'm going to go into the speed talking until I hit Stoney, who's obviously done it in pictures. 2, 4, 6. 7 from Stoney. 8 from Josh. 7 from David. 9. 8 from Joe, sorry. Owen saying 9. 8.99 from Peter. 9 from Tom. 9 from Ribena. 8 from Townsend. Paul's just doing the emojis, I think. 9 from Andy. 8 from Sean. Right, more emojis. 8.5 from Vic. My God, there's so many. 2, 4, 6, 7 from Martin. 9 from Sly Dog. MG Dub, what a signing. Definitely a 9 from Muhammad, especially if you give Jono a 9. Yeah, you're on my level in terms of how I'm calculating this stuff. Andrew saying, just back from the match, MG Dub was great, especially second half, ran himself into the ground. Chris giving him an 8.6. Andrew, I hope the atmosphere was cracking because it sounded fantastic. Slightly worse than Jono, says Stoney. James saying Jono a 9 just for the goals. We are 2 away from 7,900 subscribers. So if there's 2 of you who would kindly hit that subscribe button now, it'd be much appreciated. And Linz, thank you so much for becoming a member. Get your scores in the chat. Really appreciate you doing that. James saying 9 for the goals. Brinley saying, what a game, well worth the flight over. Yes, Brinley, I thought MG Dub was easily man of the match. We're going to do man of the match as a group in a second, including those who are not members, because we love you all 420 odd of you that are in here. 9 from Dylan. Andy gives him an 8. 8 from Richard the Walking. Boom. Nick says MG Dub was awesome today. He was getting out of trouble and finding space where space doesn't exist. He's going for the perfect 10 from him. And you guys are typing so much, I can't find it. 9 from Jessica. 9 from Chris. MG Dub was dreadful at set pieces. He kind of makes a good point. I mean, Scarpa should have been on the set pieces. 7 from David. 9 from Random. Bobby saying a 10. Steve with a 9. Keith with a 9. And Lynn comes in with a 10. With a straight up 10. And Jessica says, how do you get the stickers? What stickers? You just click on the keyboard thing in your chat. If you're talking about the emojis, and they'll all be there at the top. We've got all the players for you. And just bang them off. Okay. So that brings us on to my boy. Oh, MG Dub is my boy as well. Let's not forget that. But Scarpa, when he did that ball roll, that fake pullback and then drag it, it's like literally watching a FIFA player live on TV. He did the skill cancellation button for those of you who know FIFA when he did the drag back and then rolled it forward and then he shot. The shot wasn't great. It didn't go into the top corner, but it's coming. It's coming from him. I think I was really annoyed as we hit. I'm not annoyed now as we hit 7,900. Thank you all. I love you all. We are so close now to 8,000. Keep those subscriptions, whatever the right word is, coming in. Look, he's just going to get better and better and better when we get Danilo in with Lodi on the left. Everything's starting to shape up with this team. If we can get another centre back in, and maybe a striker, and we actually play with a striker, we're in for a great team. Boss SZN subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much, buddy. What am I going to give Scarpa, man? Look, I was annoyed. What I was saying before you guys rudely hit 7,900 is that I was annoyed he came off. I would have taken Jono off, but what do I know? Because Jono went on to score 2 goals. So I think for Scarpinia, I think I'm going to give him a nice solid, drum roll please. And yes, I know this is the lowest score I've ever given him and probably will ever give him. But if I take my Scarpa goggles off, my Scarpa hat off, my Scarpa underwear off, my Scarpa everything off, he was an 8. He was an 8. And he's fine. I love him. I love him. I can't wait to see him score his first goal. Oh my God. Imagine when he scores. Imagine how crazy I'm going to go on stream. So an 8 from me from Scarpa. A lot of you are saying an 8. 8 as well. Let's see if anyone's not saying an 8. Martin's giving him a 7. Richard an 8. Sean an 8.5. Tom an 8.7. 7 from Alexandra. Scarpa needs to settle in a little more. He's going to light the place up. 7 from Nick. Nottingham Now and Then, Mr. Ridiculously Generous with a £10 donation. That's too much, man. Thank you so much for all your support. And guys, if you are not following Nottingham Now and Then on Instagram, what are you waiting for? Thank you, buddy. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. Andrew says 8 from Scarpa, 8 from Scarpinia from David. Zidane saying the minute Scarpa went off, we scored. Scarpa is crazy good as well. Has vision, is off the charts. Oh, that ball to Lodi was disgusting, wasn't it? It was sickeningly good. Dylan giving him an 8. Phil saying 8.5. 10 from Bobby. Scarpa Hub says Richard. 9 from Jessica. And an 8. Jessica's still looking for the emoji. Someone in the chat help her find them. Poor Jessica's struggling with them. Zidane says that means the average team was 7.7. That's a pretty good score. 7.7 average team we've done there. Okay, we're just going to shout out the subs because I'm really losing my voice right now. Colback came on for Ryan Yates. Didn't notice him. I'll give him a 5. Surridge came on for Scarpinia. That's the one that annoyed me. But it is what it is. I would have taken Jono off and I would have been wrong too. Sam was poor. He missed a decent chance from a lovely cross from Aurier. So I'm going to give Sam a 5. O'Brien came on and looked a little better, I thought, today than he did against Blackpool. Maybe he settled back in. So I'll give him a 5 as well. And then Nico Williams was a last minute sub. We'll give him a 5 as well. So I don't think any of the subs made too huge an impact onto the game. That's why I don't really want to go through them too much. Let's talk about Mr. Cooper. Mr. Cooper, get your Cooper votes in. Get your Cooper votes in. And then we'll do man of the match as a community with all 400 of us voting. So start thinking about your candidates, but let's quickly talk about Coops. Blah, 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 blah. Where are your Coops? Where are your Coops? There you are. All right, for me, team selection was fine. I had no problems with it with the injuries we've got. Felt we could have pressed more in the first half. But then the second half, everything was on. Look, I'll even say, apart from the Scarpa substitution, I thought his substitutions were pretty good. You got to say, at the moment he made the subs, we scored. You can't really complain too much. The Mangala one for O'Brien was fine. Let me just double check. I've not forgotten one of these subs. I mean, the Colback one for Yates had to be... Okay, what I'll say on that should have been O'Brien for Colback. That would have been like the first thing I would have done. I wouldn't have taken Scarpa off. I said it, I would have taken Jono off. I'd have been wrong too. So he's right on that one. O'Brien for Mangala, that seems to be the standard issue sub that is made. And then Nico Williams for Brennan Johnson, that's just a time killer at the end. So I don't think the subs were too bad. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't think it was too bad just reading through that list. Tactics spot on. We scored 2 goals at home. I'm very happy with that. Overall, I think Cooper gets a well done, solid 8 out of 10 for me. I think it's pretty good overall. Very good. Up to 13th. Things are looking rosier. He's starting to get it. We just need to get in a striker still or get Owoni fit. And the centre-backs need a little improving. So overall, I'm giving him an 8 out of 10. What are you guys saying? I've got a feeling there's going to be some high scores here. Martin giving him an 8. 9 from Townsend. 10 from David. 8 from Peter. 10 from Jessica. Jessica, have you found the emojis yet? 9 from the Walking Boom. 10 from Joe. Nick saying, is there any better manager around? 10. Phil saying, Cooper not sure if luck or genius, an 8. Lynn saying, O'Brien look good, 7. Oh, sorry, O'Brien, okay. Stoney saying, Cooper was stuck today without the striker option. Yeah, his hands were tied with the injuries. 10 from David. Martin giving him 2, 4, 6, 7. 7 from Sean. Andrew saying Surridge was causing problems and made their centre backs have to play. Give him more space to MG Dub and Jono. He played well. He's still not a striker though at the Prem level. Stoney saying Cooper was a 9. If he had Owoni available, yeah, he did. He was tied. Bobby giving him a 7. 9 from Linz. 7 from someone as the chat screen. I need to get a bigger monitor. Random's giving him a 7. Subs were timely today. David saying O'Brien's sub was really good. He played well. James saying you're wrong about Surridge today. He started the move for the first goal. I might be wrong. You guys have to remember, right? I'm chatting to you guys and like I'm one eye on the game, one eye off. So I may miss things. I will watch the match back. And if I get anything wrong in tomorrow's analysis, I'll hold my hands up. I have no problem with that. Phil says Scarpa was slowing, ran himself ragged. Hamad says, I personally would go for a 4-2-3-1, so would I. We definitely need a striker to start the game and imagine the 3 behind him. That's what I'm saying, man. It'd be crazy good. Crazy good. Yo, we got Ez dialing in. We got our boy Ez dialing in. Shall we do that? And then
Leicester v Forest night coming live from
and then let's start talking about man of the match because we didn't do that as a community. So let's get Ez in. Hold on. Let me find the idiot. Uh-oh. Come on, Ez. Come on, Ez. You rang me. Therefore, you should answer. Yes, bro.
How we doing, man?
Good. Hold on one sec. One sec. Let me get you up on screen for the guys. Let me get you up on screen.
I'm driving.
I gathered that. I gathered that.
I'm driving.
Guys in the chat, let's see the Ez emojis. Let's pick it up for Mr. Ez. You Reds, Ez. You Reds.
You Reds. How we doing, guys?
They're spamming those Ez emojis in there, your big ass head. Mate.
Wait, let me get you up. Go on.
Mate, can you hear us okay?
Doing my reception.
All right, Ez, give us your man of the match. We're just about to do the man of the match here. Who's your man of the match?
Okay. Oh, you know what? It's a tricky one today. I've got 4 candidates.
Okay.
Candidates to Aurier, Lodi, and Jono. If I'm going to choose one, I'm going to say MG Dub. MG Dub. And I think I just caught what you were saying about the Scarpa substitution, but actually, from my point of view, that changed the game.
It did.
MG Dub central, and he ran the show from then on. And so I think, for once, we've got to say, Cooper made a proactive sub, and it changed the game for me.
Yeah, I agree. I would have taken Jono off, and then we wouldn't have scored the 2 goals. So he was right. We were wrong. Well, I was wrong.
Again, Serge. Well, I mean, Serge again. Serge is just solid. He's a solid player. I think he starts off as a 10, and if he makes any mistakes, loses the point. But Serge, Lodi put some really dangerous balls in from 3 kicks in the second half. We didn't read it. But the substitutions made a difference today. I thought the first half was a little bit
scrappy.
We weren't impressed. I was disappointed. I was disappointed with this first half. But it goes back to what I said. We haven't been able to string a 90-minute performance together yet. And today was another example of that. But I did expect we'd come out stronger in the second half. And to get 2 goals and make it a bit comfortable for us at the end, that was amazing.
Yeah. Brilliant. All right, bro. We'll let you drive home. Drive safely. And we'll get, guys, Ez is going to be on the vlog tomorrow, so make sure you keep an eye out for that. I'm just happy, mate. 13th in the league. Have you seen the other scores?
No, I haven't had a look, but 13th. That's fine. We're on 20 points now, Ben.
20 points. Isn't it? We got, I think, Southampton beat Everton after being 1-0 down, mate. Wolves beat West Ham 1-0, and Liverpool lost 3-0 to Brighton.
I know, I heard that one come through. That was bloody hell. Going on there. That's all good. And I mean, we're halfway to safety points wise.
Mate, we're only 15 points behind Newcastle for top 4. So it's on. Top
4 still on.
Yeah.
We'll make James Lawrence Alcott eat his word, shall we?
Exactly, mate. Yeah. All right, bro. We'll catch up with you a little bit later on, buddy. Come on, you Reds.
Come on, you Reds.
You Reds.
See you later.
All right, there was Ez. Very hyped up, very excited. And that brings us to man of the match time, ladies and gents. So let's get your candidates in for the man of the match. Let's get your candidates in. Do some WhatsApp messages. I have to go and pick my dad up in a minute, so we got to get the man of the match done first. Don't worry, there's still plenty more content to come out. So this is for everyone, members, non-members, whoever. Who was your man of the match? Let's get the candidates in. I think we get Lodi in there. Let's see what you guys are saying. MG Dub in there. We'll put in Jono, of course. And let's see, Aurier is being put in there as well. All right, let's put Aurier in there. MG Dub Lobby, Scarpa, Jono. I don't think we can put Scarpa quite in there. I think Ez is right. The game changed when his position changed. And I think, yeah, we'll go with Serge. My God. I love Serge, but he's just too good and gets there every time. All right. Candidates are up. Lodi, MG Dub, Jono, and Aurier. Get your votes in. This is to everyone. Member, non-member, Reds, the Blues, if they're in here and they want to vote away. Let's have a quick look at the early polls. Wow, Lodi's gone into a huge lead. 40% saying Lodi. 28 saying Jono. MG Dub on 18 and Aurier on 16. Get those votes in. We'll leave it open for another 30 seconds or so while you guys get your votes in. It's still Lodi in the lead here. Jono making a slow comeback. 30% for Jono, 36 for Lodi, 37 now for Lodi. As already over 80 of you have voted. A big shout out to Jamie on Jordan on his way back from Nottingham. Big shout out, Jamie. Okay, we're going to do another 10 to 15 seconds on the vote. I'm telling you now, Lodi is still in the lead on 36%. MG Dub on 20, Jono on 30, and Aurier on 14. We'll let it hit the 100. It's about to hit 100. Get your votes in, get them in quick. And we are closing the vote in 7, 6. I don't know why I started from 7. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're closing the poll. And congratulations to... Wait, I kind of lost the drum roll effect there. Let's go with... All right, let's start again. Hold on. I've got... There. So, man of the match. Congratulations to... We got to say it right. Hernan Lodi. Congratulations, Lodi. The community with 38% has voted you man of the match. Now, personally, my man of the match was going to be Lodi. It was. I'll tell you guys straight. I thought he was fantastic today. I was surprised, though. I thought most of you would have gone Jono. I thought with the goals, Jono would have got it. But Jono finishes second with 28% of the vote. MG Dub third with 19% of the vote. And Aurier 13% of the vote, coming in fourth. What a day, what a stream, what a result. 13th in the league for Nottingham Forest. We are one like away from 250 likes. Please do hit that like button. And thank you so much for getting us over 7,900 subscribers as we get closer and closer to 8K. Tomorrow, we got Grumpy Old Reds live. We've got the match analysis coming up. Who's watching Match of the Day tonight? Let me hear some yeses and nos in the chat if you will be watching Match of the Day. And we got something else tomorrow. I can't even remember what the hell it is anyway. Return. Do you guys want Lee back in as well? Should we see if Lee wants to step up and we can offer him this to collect his tears. But overall, what a day, what a performance, what a result. EIO, up the Premier League we go. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you tomorrow. Come on, you